Hey up, good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're viewing this video. We need to have a chat, mainly on our recent travel series to Salou. Now, what you guys see is the holiday. You see what we enjoy when we travel there, how we get there, what our accommodations are like, what the town's like, what it's like coming home. But truthfully, you don't really see what happens behind the scenes. We love doing this channel, okay? We started this channel on a whim. We had a YouTuber come to our wedding back in 2025, and he encouraged us to start this channel. So it's on a whim, we did. And first we went to Malta, then we went around the UK, and then for this one, this was our big one. We thought, we're going to go to Salou, we're going to go to Salou, Spain. Because I made a video quite a while back stating that I was eating Bombay Salou, when in fact I was eating Bombay Aloo. So I was dropping hints. I was teasing. So the trip came round. I decided to book this one with On the Beach. Okay. I decided to do a package holiday. The reason being, I thought a package holiday would be much easier than booking everything separate. So there I am on the Beach app, and I come across the Salou holiday, and we would have been staying at the Hotel Salou Beach, which is the hotel that we stayed at. So yeah, I clicked on the first deal that came up on that app. So there I am. I'm in the app. I click view holiday because this channel is concentrating on family orientated holidays. Something that you can take your kids to, something that you're going to have a beach. You're going to have short flights. You're going to enjoy yourselves as a family, as a whole, with everything included. So I click book holiday. The flights are with Ryanair, and the flights back with Ryanair. Everything seems legit, right? So there I am. I get to the booking stage. We didn't plan on taking out any bags that we had to check. It was all going to be hand luggage because we didn't need that much. We were only there for 3 nights. We only needed hand luggage. Brilliant. I hit the book button. I paid, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you, for this booking, we paid at least $820 for that package holiday. Now keep remembering, package holiday, okay? Keep that in mind. I then got an email telling me that my holiday was confirmed. Okay, confirmed, by the way. Keep that in mind, again, confirmed. Upon checking my email, I noticed that the hotel was confirmed and the hotel looked lovely. And I will get to that in a little while. But I then noticed that the only flights that was on my confirmed booking from onthebeach.com through the app were my inbound. Whichever agent had booked this holiday, and we all know how On the Beach works, they book everything individually. So they'll do your outbound flights from whichever airport you're going from the UK to your destination. They will then book the hotel. They will then book your inbound flights back to the UK. I noticed I only had my inbounds. I had the hotel, I had the inbounds. I had no way of getting out to Barcelona, which was our destination airport. At this point, I started panicking. I literally had a week to sort this, and I was panicking. So the first day goes around. I jump onto the On the Beach app, and I get an AI bot for customer service. I go through the customer service on the AI bot, would not let me speak to anybody. I am searching Google. It says, keep pushing it, keep asking, speak to an agent, speak to an agent, speak to an agent. If you keep pushing it, it will allow you to speak to an agent like a proper human person. No. For 3 days I did this. Weren't happening. It kept going in circles and circles. I had my inbound flights. I needed outbound. I needed to get to Barcelona because my holiday was already paid for. And it was a considerable amount. So at that point, I started doing the rookie move in a way. I started searching for somebody via customer service that I could reach out to. So I went on the On the Beach Facebook page, and there was loads of comments on posts from On the Beach. Official post, by the way, the blue tick. Okay, a blue tick. And they said, respond or send an email to On the Beach Complaints Desk at gmail.com. Okay, so I sent an email. I then got an email back saying, we are dealing with your complaint. We're sorry this happened to you. We'll deal with this in time. So I thought nothing of it. I thought, all right, great. I was a bit apprehensive because it said On the Beach Complaints Desk at gmail.com. Now, if it was On the Beach, it would have been onthebeach.com. So yeah, I was kind of very keeping everything in mind. Okay, I'm just trying to share this with you so you all understand that this is where I was. I knew what was going on. I got an email back. Please give us your name, email address, and booking number. Now, when you actually read emails from onthebeach.com, it says none of our employees will ask you for your special booking reference number. They will never ask you for that. So at that point, I thought, this is a scammer. I'm going to shut it down. So I went back on the Facebook On the Beach page. I came across another email. On the Beach, customer service at gmail.com. With this time a proper background saying that it was 24 hours. They will assist you with your need. And other people on this post were sending emails to this and replying to whoever has posted it. Okay, so it looked pretty legit. Again, give us your name, your booking number, your passport number. At that point, I thought, again, this is a scam. I searched it on Google. Both the complaints-gmail.com is fake. The On the Beach customer service is fake. So at this point, I'm kind of up, well, I don't know how to put it without swearing. I'm kind of in this dome. I've got me inbound flights back from Barcelona to Liverpool, but nothing to get out to Barcelona to actually get to my hotel. I was starting to panic. I was having heart palpitations. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was really panicking. But then my son's grandma, she went searching. She did find a website that had all the contact details for these online booking agents and travel agents, which is what On the Beach is. It is an online travel agent, and they do say that on the website. They're online. They do have customer service, but it's very, very hard to find. So she sends me a number which says they're open 24 hours a day. I ring this number's not being recognised. And at this point, I start to panic. I'm thinking, hold on, I can't get out to Barcelona, but on the beach is taking my money. I've got inbound flights, I've got the hotel. My hotel booking's confirmed because I rang the hotel and they did confirm that my hotel booking was there. My return flights from Barcelona were there because I spoke to Ryanair. And they've taken my money and just basically left it off. Now, at this point, I didn't know what to do. So, his grandma continued checking out different websites. What can I do? What can we get for? And she sent me another link for a WhatsApp number that I could send a message to, which basically, at weekends, it would open at 8 a.m. and it would close at 11:30. During the week, it was 7 a.m. open, it was 10 a.m. close. I thought, you know what? I've already almost been scammed. Blah, blah, blah. Now, at this point, I might add, just after she sent that message, I get a phone call on WhatsApp from the person that is working at the On the Beach complaints desk, and he wants to speak to me. So I pick up the phone call. It's on WhatsApp. I'm thinking, okay, something's going on here. He spoke to me. He had my booking reference number. He had my name. He had my flight number. He had the names of everyone in our party, and says to me, "Sir, please talk to me because I hear you haven't got any outbound flights to Barcelona for your holiday." I went, "Yeah, that's right. Please, sir, I need your passport number now. I need to get this into the Ryanair app. I need to book your flights instantly." I said, "But listen, nobody from On the Beach would ask me for number one, the one thing you've got, my booking reference number. And number two, they wouldn't ask for my passport either because that's nothing to do with you. That's me. I've got to do my passport number through the Ryanair app for my flights. So why have you got my booking reference number? And why are you asking me for my passport number?" Do you know what he did? "I'm going to look into this, sir." And he cut the call off. That was it, done. Okay? So again, a scammer. So, please bear in mind, guys, I'm doing this to help you. I don't want you guys to be scammed if you book anything through these online agents. Okay, I'm trying my best here to give you my experience. So, let's skip forward. There is literally 24 hours until myself, my stepson, my son, and wife fly out from Manchester Airport to Barcelona. I still haven't got those flights from Manchester Airport to Barcelona. My son's grandma sends me another image. And the image is of a 24-hour customer service number for On the Beach. Another WhatsApp. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I've almost been scammed out of so much money. Almost been scammed out of my personal details. What the hell am I letting myself in for? So, I add this +44 number to my phone. And I send a message saying what the issue is with my holiday, and I instantly need some help. I didn't get a reply. I waited for at least 2 hours, knowing that they were shutting around 10:30 that evening. It was 10 o'clock at night. I had no email. And then, at 29 minutes past 10 in the evening, I get a message from this number saying, "May I call you, please, so I can sort your query?" Now, most scammers, when they're from Nigeria or one of these countries that these scammers are known for, they speak very politely. They try and come across as very, very consumer, very professional. They know what they're talking about. I was very, very dubious. Now, I said yes to this guy because it was on WhatsApp. I thought, you know what, fair enough, whatever. Because I was in desperate need, and I really was in desperate need. And that's why I don't want you guys in desperate need. That's why. So I answered the call. And the guy on the other end of the phone, he had every detail down to literally that. He had my booking reference. He had my name. He had my partner's name. He had my son's name. He had my stepson's name. He had everything, okay? He even told us the hotel and all that. So he's going through all this and all that. And he explained that the reason that there had been an issue with our outbound flights to Barcelona was because we were travelling with a child under the age of 12. We needed to we needed to literally pay and book our seats there and then. He explained that, yes, the agent that had booked this holiday for us on thebeach.com, he explained, yes, they booked the inbound back from Barcelona. Yes, they booked the hotel. But when it came to the flights, they hadn't secured it in the reasonable time. So when they were trying to book these live prices, by the time they put it in, it had gone. Which meant when they tried again, when there was a problem, I've put in confirm these seat places. I put it in within 2 minutes. It's gone. So the seats were gone. Yeah. But so it was basically jumping back and forth. Now this man spoke to me, then turned around to me and said, "Listen, to authorise these seats now to get them booked in, I need you to pay £122, and we'll do it now." He was on the website, and I thought, right, I'm on WhatsApp. I've never seen this guy. He came across as very nice. I was panicking. Okay, so I looked at the finances, and I thought, there's two ways this can go. I can transfer right now to this man 120 through a payment system that was showing on the beach, which, please bear in mind, scammers can do that as well. Or I can reject it and lose the entire holiday. So bear in mind, there's 800 quid on this holiday, especially for this channel. I chose to pay that 120 to take the risk, okay? Because this is a number we got from a verified site that shows where all these travel agents are, and this was supposed to be legit. I put my bank details in. I gave my name. I gave the security clearance, and the payment went through. And he confirmed that. He said to me, "Payment's gone through, sir. Give me a second, give me a second." I was giving him a second, but the payment was going through, and I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here? I'm panicking at this point because he could have taken that payment, or he's waiting for that payment to go through and it's just going to cut off. 5 minutes later, I get a confirmation from booking.com, from onthebeach.com, saying holiday confirmed. So luckily this guy was legit, and the hotel was sealed in. It was done, dusted, boom. This guy's customer service was absolutely incredible. He was called Tony. I have told him that I'm going to be putting him in this video and actually recommending him. I'm not going to give his number, but if anybody else does have any issues with onthebeach.com and you need to get to customer service, I do have this man's contact details. Just leave a comment and I will put it in the comments, okay? I do have them. He was absolutely extraordinary. He got our hotel from literally no outbound flights to having outbound flights and being confirmed. So I do know he's subscribed to the channel. So Tony, I am going to say thank you very, very much for everything you did. You got us from absolutely nothing to finally having a holiday booked after the whole cock up. So yeah, okay. If anybody has any problems with On the Beach, please do leave a comment. I can give you Tony's customer service number, which is a WhatsApp number. He is legitimate. Do not worry about any problems. in transferring any money through this man, okay? I'm going to endorse it. He got our holiday finally to the point where we need it to be, and everything went out for the bang, all right? So, any problems, leave a comment below, and I promise I will share his number. Tell him that Road to Anywhere Travels recommended him, and that we sent you there. You've got a problem with your holiday. He will help you, and he will get you to where you need to be. Okay? There's going to be a jump cut now, because I've got such a big list like this that I need to share with you guys. So I'm going to jump cut it, and then we'll talk about what happens next. So there's your jump cut, and I was going to insert something, but instead I'm going to insert our flights out to Barcelona, so you feel that you're coming on holiday with us. So roll the flight video. It's May 24th. We have arrived in Barcelona. The airport, absolutely lovely. Border control, not an issue. Security, luckily, honestly, no issues whatsoever. We were straight through. Straight through to the exit. That's where the problem started. We get outside. It's 24 degrees. I instantly start sweating. I can see all these free now cabs lined up outside Barcelona airport. But the problem was, I didn't see any buses. It wasn't well signposted at all. I inquired about a cab to where we were located in Salou. It would have cost us £225 or euros, depending whichever way you look at it, to get to our hotel. We thought, there's no way we're paying that. Not a chance in hell. I sure as hell wasn't. So my stepson decided, you know what? We're going to get a Uber, which we all know Uber. I don't trust Uber myself, but this time I thought, you know what? My stepson knows what he's doing. I'm going to trust him. For €35, he managed to get us from Barcelona Airport into the centre of Barcelona. If you just take a quick look at this video, you'll finally see that I managed to see the most amazing cathedral. I cannot complain at all. And how many of you guessed Barcelona, eh? This cathedral is absolutely stunning. It's in the videos on YouTube. Had to come and see it for myself. I had to show you that because that cathedral was absolutely incredible. Now from there, where do we go? Well, we needed to get from Barcelona to the centre of Salou. Not as easy as we thought. Even though on the beach told us, yeah, you'll have no problem getting there. Yeah, you'll be fine. It weren't easy at all. We had to then get a, how can I put this? We would have to at that point get a bus. Now, I don't know Barcelona, never been, I have no idea where I'm going. We walked around Barcelona for at least 2 hours, and at one point we were stood on the street there was dance troops around, there was entertainers, everything. Middle of Barcelona, not having a clue what the hell we were doing, okay? There was no contacts from the beach. I couldn't contact anyone. Excuse me, I'm stranded, mate. No, absolutely nothing at this point. They say they've got an in-resort contact, but you know what? When I tried contacting them, all I got was, well, give us your resort name, where are you, blah, blah. I told them I was stranded in the centre of Barcelona. Sorry, nothing, I can't help you. No, whatever. That is another red flag. That really pissed me off. Mind the language, I apologise. I'm just trying to be honest for you guys. Anyway, I finally found a tourist office in the centre of Barcelona. We went into the tourist office and I spoke to this man and I explained what our dilemma was and he said, right, got it. The company name you need is called Plana. So that's Plana. It's a bus company that runs coaches from all the major towns and they take you to your hotels. All right, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, trust me, that wasn't the end of the problems. We were told if we left the tourist building and we walked straight up the escalator and carried on down the main building, like main route, so you go straight on, which is the main transport hub. Okay, so we're walking down the street, lots of Spanish around us. Nobody speaks English, by the way. I didn't even recognize any English speaking people. So at this point, again, I'm panicking. You keep on walking. Christ, there is bus stop after bus stop after bus stop after bus stop after bus stop. It just carries on. It's just a long street, a long transport hub. He told us to look out for a bus stop that was outside a Indian takeaway, which is called the Mandarin restaurant. That's brilliant. Now, when somebody tells you that a bus stop is located across the road from a restaurant called the Mandarin restaurant, you think it's going to be across the road. So you've got your restaurant, you've got your pavement, you've got across the road. There's us thinking that was how it's going to be. No. The Mandarin restaurant is here, bus stop is here. So it's literally on the pavement. It could have just made it so much easier. And luckily, we managed to find the restaurant and there was a unmanned coach from the company Plana parked there. No driver whatsoever. So we thought, yeah, you know what? Thank God for that. We're actually going to get to our hotel. So we're waiting around for about half an hour. At about quarter past 7, which was the actual scheduled coach time to Salou. Driver gets in the coach, pulls up to the actual bus stop, gets in, starts letting passengers on. Now, I actually witnessed, and this is not me lying or anything, this is what I witnessed. There were people getting on that bus and they were swiping a card, okay? And that was the Spanish visa that I saw them typing. So they asked for their bus ticket. He said how much. They've gone and swiped the card. Okay, they've got their ticket. They've walked onto the coach. There was somebody else. They bought a ticket earlier that day. They had walked onto the coach. They swiped their ticket. They got on. So that was probably an all-day pass. Somebody in front of me walked on with a visa, a gold card visa, said where they're going, and swiped it onto the machine, got the tickets, walked on without a problem onto the coach. I walk on, I've got my wife with me, I've got my 5-year-old son with me, and I've got my stepson with me. He says, "Where are you going?" And it wasn't in clear English. He was clearly a Spanish driver, was not very fluent in English. But all I got was, "We're going, we're going, we're going." I didn't understand the "where are you going?" There was none of that. I said I was going to Salou. I wanted to get off in Salou. I needed to get my family to Salou because I had a holiday booked. He goes, €75. And €75, sir. He goes, yeah, €75. I went, okay, I card. He goes, yes, €75. Let's do this. As I went to swipe at that point, he's then gone, what? He's whacked my arm, pushed my arm away, goes, no, 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 no. You not to pay euro. No, no, no. I not trust you. I want cash. I'm thinking, excuse me, not only have you turned up late to this bus stop, it's 7:10. You leave at 7:15, and you're now telling me you need cash after being so nice to me and saying I could pay card. And I was told by tourist information I can pay card. I had a travel card all loaded up. So at this point, I'm panicking, and I'm really panicking. Okay, so not only have On the Beach put me in the middle of absolutely frigging nowhere, which is Barcelona, which is almost 2 hours away from my destination. I've now got a coach driver from Plana. After tourist information told me you can pay card, they could have told me I can't pay card. I could have gone and drawn the cash. You know what I mean? I could have at least had time to find a cash machine. I now can't pay cash. So I've got my wife, my son, and I've got my stepson standing in Barcelona. So I had to do, I ran up that street. Okay, when I say ran, I hobbled. I'm on a crutch. What can I do? I couldn't move at 20 miles an hour. I couldn't move at 30 miles an hour. I couldn't even work at 5 miles an hour. I'm going more 2 miles an hour, straddling on a crutch. I get to the end of the street, which is where the coach driver told me there is a cash machine. Well, that's all well and done. That's brilliant, mate. It was a Santander and it was in Spanish. There was no English speaking cash machines around that point. It was a Santander and it was in Spanish. I was panicking. Now, if it wasn't for a very nice man, which I'm going to name, and I think he's already actually subscribed to the channel, I want to say thank you, David Thompson. Thank you very, very much for actually stopping and seeing that I was in peril, basically. I didn't know what the hell to do. And I'm going to say it, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, David. David was with his family. He had 2 sons with him, and he had his wife with him. And he saw that I was in trouble, and he actually said, listen, I can speak Spanish. I can translate this for you. Now, I was in dire need. I needed help. And I agreed. He could have been there to steal my money. I didn't know this could be a whole ruse. Do you know what I mean? It could be anything. I agreed, and he actually translated the cash machine for me, and I managed to draw €90, which we only need 75, but I could only draw the 90. Well, I could have drawn 80, but I couldn't quite think. I just went for the 90 because it was easier, because I needed to get on that coach. And he helped me translate the cash machine so I could actually draw the money out. And finally, when I finally hobbled back to the actual coach, it was there. I managed to get on, and we were laughing. We were on the coach, we were happy, blah, blah, blah. I thought I was ending my troubles. Unfortunately, when we were on this coach, we were travelling for almost 2.5 hours. What made it worse was when we started approaching Salou, we're passing through other towns, and I'd never heard of these towns in my life. Now, my wife Claire, she's been to Salou in the past, but these towns that we were going through, no idea. Tarragona, like Cambrils, we didn't know what the hell we were looking at. But what made it worse was the coach driver wasn't even telling anyone when to get off. He weren't saying anything. Oh, he weren't saying there was Wi-Fi on the coach. He wasn't saying what town we're in. He wasn't saying what bus stop we're at. He wasn't saying, oh, your hotel's here. You can get off here. He wasn't saying anything like that. Luckily, after sitting there for 2 hours, I thought I'd take her on the whim. I thought, right, we're in a random town here. Don't know it. What can I do? So I opened Wi-Fi, and luckily, the actual coach itself had Wi-Fi, so I managed to log on. I managed to get that sorted because originally I was connected to the Barcelona Wi-Fi, but yeah, I managed to get this Plana Wi-Fi on the coach. And when I connected to it, it literally showed us where our hotel was. Now the coach, it was going round and up and up and up and down. It's going everywhere. But then it started approaching this one area, and I thought, hold on, our hotel's there, but we're here. So I had the choice. Do I stay on and go into the centre of Salou, I mean the proper centre, the old town, or do I get off here and just walk around the corner to our hotel? Because the coach driver was not going to stop at our hotel. He was literally just destined for Salou. Okay? We came up to this one stop after going through all these random towns, and then I thought, hold on. This is a long street. It's showing a lot of bars. I'm thinking, hold on, we're on the main strip here. I said to my family, right, we're getting off. We're getting off now. We got off, funny enough, and we managed to get our bags from under the coach and all that. We got everything together. No word of a lie. We rounded a corner. That was the main strip of Salou where we needed to be. We walked literally 5 minutes, turned a left, get my hands right. We turned left. That was our hotel. It was there. Easy to find. You had the arcade on your right. You had a street which led up to the beach. You had the main strip behind us. You had a hotel there. We made it. Okay, we made it. So what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to insert a video of the hotel room, which I did, which you will have seen. And I'm also going to show you the pool of how nice it looked. And then we'll move on to our next segment, because I tell you, the list is like that. So we have arrived and we are in the hotel room. Now, it's a pretty bog standard room, to be totally honest with you. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this around. You can see exactly what I'm seeing. You come in, you are greeted by the main bed. It is 2 single beds, which isn't an issue because we've got Roman and the eldest stepson, so they're fine. You've got Roman over there. You've obviously got the stepson here. Through those doors there is a simple double room. You've got some good storage here. It's just fold out. So you've got plenty of that all the way down here. Plenty of storage, you can't complain. You do obviously get your fridge, which I'm sorry about that. There is a nice pizza in there. And when we arrived, there was free water, complimentary water. You've got your desk for doing all your work on, which my charger's there, ready. And through here, you've got obviously your bathroom, which is a good sized bathroom. You get all your towels, all your toiletries. Can't complain about that. The toilet, clean. The bath, perfect. So you've seen the hotel, you've seen the pool. Check-in was absolutely brilliant, not an issue. We slept perfectly. Even though we were so close to the strip, and there was a lot of bars around, there was a lot of music. To be honest with you, everything kind of shut down very easily at 2 a.m. in the morning. I think we arrived at the hotel at around 10:30 at night. We had a little walk. I didn't film that part. However, I did, over the course of the few days, I did film a lot of content in the streets. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to insert a more of a condensed version of everything that we saw, just to show you that how beautiful it was. The sights were gorgeous. The people were absolutely brilliant to be around. And then when I come back, I'll go over the pricing, the kind of stuff we kind of bumped into that wasn't so nice, just to give you guys a bit of a feel of what we experienced. Because I have had a couple of comments of how much is stuff, how much did this cost, how much that cost. I'll come back to that in the next segment. So let's start simple. If you are a beer drinker and you want a pint of beer, you're going to be looking in the hotel that we were in for a pint. It worked out at, I think it was €2.45, which isn't that much. You're very close to probably a quid. Okay. Now that was in the hotel we were in. When you go further into town, you're looking at paying at least, I'd say, €3 for a pint, and it's a decent pint. It's not watered down. It's decent. Because those of you that don't know, Estrella Dam is actually brewed just outside Salou, and we did pass the brewery from the airport on the way to Salou itself. So if you are going to drink a pint in Salou, get the Estrella. Because it's local, you're going to be paying local prices. If you decide to drink a Heineken, which is what I drink, and I always drink a Heineken because I love the beer itself, you're going to be paying at least €4, possibly pushing it to 5. For a local wine, you're going to pay probably €2, 3 at maximum. If you go for a wine that is not made in Salou or Spain itself, you're going to pay at least €6-7. That's just down the board. That's how it's going to go. So it's entirely up to you what you want to spend your money on when it comes to alcohol. Now, if you are going to go into a supermarket and you want to buy 4 cans of Heineken, for instance, Heineken is a premium beer, so let's go for that. 4 cans of Heineken at a 4, I think is it 468 mils a can. They don't price it on 4 cans. What they do is they price it per can. So yes, you can grab 4 cans in a pack like you would here in the UK. However, when it comes to the till, they will price it per can. So per can, from what I looked at, was €1.20. You can work out the overall price from that. Just add €1.20 times 4. Wine over here in the UK, you'll be paying what? For a 13% wine, you're going to pay at least £8.90. Or if you want to push it and you're not getting the deals, you go to probably about £11 for Mazda. Over there, for a 13% bottle of wine, the same normal size bottle of wine, you're paying €3.95. And I'm not joking. The better deal comes when it comes to the wine. I'm not joking you. 13% as well. €3.95. Food wise. And you've seen the food that we had. We had some lovely food. So what I'm going to do here, as you all know, is condense it. I'm going to show you the 2 different sides of foods that I had. We had an Irish breakfast. We had the sangria grill. So we had breakfast. We had tea. So yeah, the food we had, because we had a breakfast and there was 4 of us, and we had tea, there were 4 of us, it wasn't cheap. But if you're there with just yourself, your wife, or yourself and your partner, whichever way you want to work it, you're going to pay cheaper because you're not paying for as many people. We're paying family prices. Salou is cheap, okay? I promise you now, it is cheap. You'll be very, very surprised if you pay, for 2 of you, if you pay more than €30, or should I drop it even further, more than €20 for 2 main courses, I'll be surprised. But for a family of 4, we were paying that extra sum. So 2 of you, as a couple, you won't pay that much at all. The prices are cheap. Beer's cheap. Wine's cheap. You can't go wrong. You really, really can't go wrong. If you are going around at night, be very wary if you've got children with you, because there are hustlers on the street and they will try and sell you a dodgy t-shirt or a dodgy summer outfit, and they won't think twice, and I mean they won't think twice, of literally shoving a fake football shirt in your son's hand, no matter what age he is. What you've got to look out for, the second your son grabs that shirt and holds it in his hands, he's going to demand from you money, no matter what. And if you watch this little clip here, that's almost what happened to our son Roman. The guy literally tried to put it in his hand, which is he was then going to demand money. It's not going to. Just have a look. Roman, give it back. Sorry, Roman's being haggled for a shirt. This is not good. Look at this. We're absolutely fine, honestly. Thank you very much. Trying to haggle Claire and Roman for a football shirt. That's how much, unfortunately, they do try and push stuff in your face. You'll have noticed the second I turn the camera around and I point it towards that man, he quickly takes the t-shirt away from trying to sell it, and he wanders off very, very quickly because they know what they're selling is fake, and they know they don't like cameras. That's just the way it is. Okay, they won't do it. Turn your camera around, film it. Second their face on camera is, it's all right. I'll go now. It's one of those. So please, when you are walking the streets of Salou, lovely place, but please just be careful of these people that will try and make a quick bit of money by preying on your kid. Because the second your kid grabs that, you're going to be asked for a lot of money. So here we are on our final day, and I did have a video planned. However, both myself and Claire found the alcohol prices very appealing, along with the supermarkets. And unfortunately, I got a bit drunk because the sun just didn't mix for me. I had 4 cans, which is what I usually drink at home, and the sun just hit me. I was falling all over. I was slurring my words. I couldn't stand up for more than 2 minutes. I was dropping my crutch. I was bad, and I mean very, very bad. So that vlog didn't go out. However, as the hours passed, I started to get a bit better, and we decided just to have a few drinks, me and Claire, while my stepson Ben looked after Roman. And we found a very nice Irish bar called the Danny Boy. Now, we did meet someone in there called Cormac. We had a really good chat, to be totally honest with you. And hopefully in the future we will visit Cork in Ireland. But he had a few things to say about Dublin, which I'm going to roll that little video here. This is from the Irish bar called the Danny Boy. Very nice atmosphere as well. So take a look at this.
So here we are in the Danny Boy, and we've met an Irishman, a proper Irishman.
So my name is Cormac, I'm from Cork, and if any of you Englishmen are coming to Ireland, Dublin, you get to Galway or Cork. I'm not even being biased, but Dublin's a rip-off, get to Galway or Cork.
Oh yeah, that's right. So you say Dublin's a rip-off? Why?
Here, Taylor and Tom.
I've heard stories about Temple Bar in Dublin, and you've all probably heard the same. But Temple Bar in Dublin is at least €9 for a pint of Guinness.
I get money to food.
What is it called?
There's everywhere in Cork. There's nightclubs, there's bars.
What's the price? What do the prices fluctuate? Do they? Go on. What are the prices? What would you say the prices are?
Are you Guinness man?
I'm not, but you know what? I am going to split the G tonight.
If you so say tomorrow you're on a flight to Cork, what are you drinking?
I'll try Guinness.
What are you on for tonight though?
I'd say I'm on a. Christ, nice one on the fucking spot.
Exactly.
I'd say I'm on a lager, so I'd say I go for a Heineken.
Carlsberg, Heineken. You're paying max €6 in Cork, whereas Dublin could be tenner. And same with Galway. We're not dissing Galway.
Really?
Yeah.
How we doing?
So your accommodation's cheaper in Cork or Galway. Pints are cheaper in Cork or Galway, so there's no reason to go to Dublin.
Right. Well, thank you for talking to me, pal. And what's your name?
Cormac.
Cormac. There we go.
Anyone who's come to Ireland, sack off Dublin. It's not worth it at all. If you want proper Irish experience, any other of the 31 counties, and you're laughing.
And then the hour dawned on us. So there I am in the hotel room editing our final vlog, ready to go out for the following morning. However, Claire was very tired, Roman was very tired, and my stepson Ben was very tired. So while Ben, Roman, and Claire all slept, I decided to stay up and edit the vlog that was due to go out the following day. However, staying up kind of really took its toll on me, because our flight out of Barcelona was due for 8:50 in the morning, which meant we had to get obviously another coach transfer, but that wasn't until 3:15 in the morning. So we got up, we grabbed our belongings, cleared out the room, and headed to another hotel where the coach did pass, because it didn't pass through ours. Ours was more of a side street, so it wasn't a main street where coaches can go. We headed to the Best San Francisco, so I'm guessing, without having Best before the name, I'm guessing it's a Best Western. Do not quote me on that. That's just me summarising. It probably is. We were waiting at the coach stop for a good half an hour. The coach didn't show up. So we were starting to panic, and we were really, really tired. Yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare. But when it finally did show, we got on it. It was a very comfy bus. It was a good double decker, and they were a lot faster than they are here in Blackpool and Fleetwood. I'll tell you that much. Hell of a lot faster and a lot powerful as well. The coach driver on that one, however, was very, very useful, because he did stop at Barcelona airport 2 hours later. So yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare, and we did have to pay an extra €75 to get from the Best San Francisco hotel to Barcelona airport. So yeah, that's another €75 on top of the first €75 that we paid to get to Salou. Yeah, bit of a nightmare. But when we got there, we prepared to get off the coach, but the coach driver said, no, let me see your bus pass. So I showed him my bus pass, and he said, no. And I cocked that up. It wasn't a bus pass, it was a boarding pass. Sorry, I'm tired. I showed him the boarding pass, and he said, no, you need Terminal 2. So obviously, he said at that point, just get back on, we're going. So it was very, very helpful. When we finally arrived at Barcelona Airport Terminal 2, the terminal's gorgeous. There's a McDonald's, there's a Burger King, there's absolutely everything. It's just pure glass, just like when we arrived. Like I said in the other part of the video, it was like a glass house. It's amazing, it really is. I couldn't fault that coach driver, I really couldn't. Boarding the plane, I can't fault Ryanair at all. However, there was one tiny little thing that got to me, and it did naggle me a little tiny bit. As we were going through our boarding gate, my stepson Ben put the under the seat bag in, like where Ryanair say, if your bag can't fit, you can't have it, you got to pay for it. He put that bag and he slammed it down, pushed it into the compartment that they say, right, can this fit under the seat? It fit perfectly. But the air hostess that was actually minding that gate, she got very arsey, really. She actually turned around and blatantly refused my stepson Ben to put that bag in there or take it on the plane. And just bear in mind, we bought that bag specially so we could actually take it on a plane, because we don't carry big luggage that we check in. And yeah, she was refusing him. Now, he has bad anxiety, and he won't speak up. If something's wrong, he won't say it, because he gets a bit shy, which I can understand, anybody would. But after a few minutes, he took the bag out, put it back in, did it again, and she then turned around and said, yep, no worries. But then I noticed that she did exactly the same thing to somebody else, a younger lad that was also travelling back home. She refused him. She tried to charge him, I think, 50 to 55 quid to actually check his bag, which he's clearly travelled there with that bag. So why is it any different travelling back when they haven't overloaded them? Do you know what I mean? It felt like, I think she was picking on certain people. She was picking out people that looked a bit shy going through checkout. It looked a bit unfair, really. So, yeah. Ryanair, however, great operator. That just felt a bit off. It just felt a bit like she was trying to bully, or she was a bit bored, or she was tired, whatever. She'd been flying all this time. I don't know. Don't know how it works, but we had no problems going out. It was just a coming in part at Barcelona airport. But we made it home, and here I am making this video. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody that watched our Salou travel series. Hopefully this summarization video has kind of laid out a few things for you. If you have any comments whatsoever, whether you want to know the price of certain stuff, whether you want to know what to go and visit, if you want to know how to get from Barcelona to Salou without any issues, if you fly into Barcelona, you might fly into Rus, something like that. You might fly somewhere different. But if you have any questions whatsoever on anything that we did on this trip that you might be finding a bit difficult or worrying or whatever, leave a comment below. I reply to every single comment that is posted on this channel, and I'll help the best I can. If I can't help you, I'll try and point you in the direction that we can help you. Thank you for watching. I'm now going to leave you with the final part of the travel series, which is our flight home. It's got our signature music. You all know it. Some of you love it, some of you hate it. But this is me signing off for this video. And I'll see you guys in our next travel video.